is Judy Zeglack. Today is March 3rd at 9 a.m. This is a morning hearing session of the Board of Assessment Appeals in room number 3.
Okay, so you're all set.
I'll
get you on here in just a minute. Yep. This got turned off last night, so we'll get you on there. Okay. That's just these instructions, but you're totally fine not watching the bridge. We know that you're on because the lights are on over there, so you're recording.
All right, I'm going to be asking you this like every...
Okay, I have to train her for the first hour.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah, every day. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we're totally good. Can you just explain to her I need to help Catherine with her first couple of appeals. Can you just explain to her, she doesn't know about the hearing log, the difference in the note sheets are they on top of her?
You got me a little confused too. Here, and I don't know whether this computer has to be on or not.
It does not have to be on.
Then we don't worry about it.
Right, exactly.
What's wrong with this? Is it not on?
I don't know. Our power strip is dead in there, so we had no computer, so that took us a few minutes to figure out this morning.
I have extras too.
But she should have gotten. Did you mail merge the hearing notices for the morning?
Yep, they were all in the folder.
They're within each one.
Yep.
Okay. So see, yeah, this is what you can use to read into the record. This is called the minutes. I'm going to revise it a little bit to make it easier. But basically, just when you confirm, just check. Write your time.
Oh, how efficient!
We're getting better. And I'm going to make this even easier. For there, if it's the owner or the agent, just put O or A. And I'm going to make it a checkbox, and then if anybody else is
I love that.
Once you're done with this goes to Ross's office. And then these are your notes for when you're ready. It's all pre-filled. Okay, so you can take them on a piece of paper.
Wow.
This is where you can recopy.
Wow. Oh,
okay.
how efficient
So
is that?
just a couple of things we're seeing. If you have
I'm gonna
additional
go help
documents,
Pardon me?
if you have additional documents,
With
if
what
they
I did
hand you-
yesterday,
right, but just please write the appeal number. I'm not saying you didn't.
Okay.
There's so much coming at us. I can't tell you who did what. I'm just reminding everyone.
All right.
Make sure it's left out of the folder, clipped on preferably, and make sure that appeal number is on, so that if it gets separated, we know who it goes to.
There was at least one that was done like that yesterday.
What? Yeah.
That was big.
No, some did, some didn't. I'm just gonna. So this was, there's a link to free audio.
Yeah.
And you go to login. I think you have the instructions there.
Yeah. How come this wasn't on?
This is 2953. So no, we want, you dialed into 9246. Right, so look on here.
Bridge, okay, we're at number 3. Okay.
So this, if are you conference 11?
Yeah.
Then this is all set to go.
Okay, so
it's memorized, but if you have a different room or something.
Okay.
Submit, and I like to have you keep this open because it's something you can see the call and see what's going on. So you go up to online meetings, web controls, and you should see the number that's dialed in, 2953.
Okay.
2953. Okay. So you can actually start and stop the recording from here, but I think it is recording right now.
Yep.
Yep. So this will just, you can see what's going on up here.
Okay.
And then if the call drops, you'll be able to see it there.
Okay.
All right?
Oh, okay. If it drops, then what?
Then we have to restart the call. I would stop the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Get the call going, get the recording going again, and then restart.
All right. I thought this needed to be on. Okay. And I don't need these anymore. This is all
these are extras if you wanted them, but.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll put them back there. There's a pile there.
All right.
So you've got notes, you've got the hearing minute thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
All right.
Yep. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, it's Judy. You can send Mr. Kenny up. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going? I'm Pat Kenny. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi, welcome. I'm
Thanks.
Judy, and I apologize for being
You're fine.
just a couple. We just wanted to make sure everything was all set.
Sure.
Well, I'm Judy Black. I'm one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. Now, I'm going to hear your appeal today.
Okay.
Your hearing is also being recorded.
Okay.
So there are a few things that I need to state for the record. So please correct me if anything is inaccurate, okay?
Okay.
Your appeal number is 613. The property you are appealing is 265 Perth Street.
Correct.
The owner of the property is Patrick and Jill Kenny.
Correct.
In survivorship. The town has your property appraised at $784,600. You are requesting that the town reduce your appraised value to $756,000.
Correct.
Great, okay, great. So now I'm going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or the agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swear you in.
Sure.
You are?
Patrick Kenny, K-E-N-N-E-Y.
Thank you. All right. Would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God. I do.
Thank you very much. Could you please write your name and sign the paper on the desk confirming that you were just sworn in? And if you could put that on the table in front of you, that would be great. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so now is your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1st, 2020 was $756,000 and not the value appraised assigned by the town. Market value is what your home would most likely would have sold for on that date.
Yep. And so just to clarify, when you say appraised by the town, you mean so assessed by the town?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry,
Right.
I said,
Just making sure. Okay.
Assigned.
Yep.
Assigned would be the best
Got
word,
it.
and
Okay.
I apologize and thank
No
you for
problem.
catching that.
No problem. These this is a one of 2 condominiums. It's a one building, 2 condos. There's a separate owner for 261, which is the quote unquote twin. They are mirror images of each other. My wife and I purchased our home in 2016 for $756,000. And that was just within a month or so, 6 weeks or so of the twin unit, which sold for $750,000.
Hold on one second. I'm making notes, by the
Okay.
way, so I'm going to add them to the file. And are you just basically going off what you've already submitted? And
Exactly. I'm not adding
so
anything new.
you're okay. So I want to make sure that I don't miss anything.
Good.
Okay, and I'm going to take a look at this. Go ahead.
And that was at a time where there was very, very little in the market in that price range.
Mm-hmm.
That the owners of 261 then sold that house about 2 years later, so 2018, for $720,000. They had initially listed it for $779, and then they reduced it once, they reduced it again, ultimately accepted $720, and that was now less than 3 years ago.
Okay.
So if the town's assessment for October 2020, to me, it seems that it doesn't take into account that proven market decline of our mirror unit. It's the exact same square footage, the exact same layout, just mirror. One could actually argue that that condo has is better because it's not on a double yellow line road and all that kind of stuff. But if you look at comps for condos around 2,000 square feet in the beach area or in town where we are, or right, immediately adjacent to us, those comps selling from July to October 2020 ranged from $312 to $389 a square foot. The town's assessment for our house would put it at $393 a square foot, which would make it, as from the research that I could do, which would make it, you know, the most expensive per square foot condo around. And I think there's reason to think that shouldn't be the case. There was a nice unit directly on the beach, right across from the beach, that sold for less per square foot. It seems to me that the town may be failing to account for the loss in value between 2016 and 2018. I think if we can assume that my house, 265 Hurd Street, had a similar value to 261 in 2018, and then a 4% or so increase in value from that, that would get us back to our original value of 756, which would still put our unit at the very high end of price range for condos that have sold between July and October 2020. So I'm not arguing that we should be on the lower end of the price range. Sure.
No, I have a question. This is a 2-unit complex?
Yes, it's one building with 2 units.
Pardon me.
Sure.
And I'm not sick. So there's only 2 units in the condo complex, or is there a number of units and this is just one building and has the 2 units?
It's not really, so it's just one building with 2 units on the corner of Hurd and Oldfield.
Okay.
There used to be a single-family house there.
Got it.
And then a developer bought it and built
Right.
condos on spec.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to add, or that we didn't go over?
No, just that I don't have any reason to think that our condo should be at the highest end or higher than any price range, any other condo, right, that's sold in the area.
Okay, and you had mentioned something about the $393 per square foot, which I don't know that I see in your notes.
It's on in the summary on page 1. It's bullet point 4. I'm sorry, it's bullet point 5.
Okay.
The Zillow estimate, which we can argue whether or not that's accurate, is far less.
Okay. All right. No, I appreciate that. This is great. Thank you. Is there any other paperwork that you want?
I keep it simple. I figured, I think everything you need should be in there in terms of, there's the Zillow estimate, there are recently sold comps as well as comps for sale.
I see that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then there's also the unit appraisal from 2016, which obviously is not super helpful now.
Okay. Thank you. Now, I'll be presenting your petition to the majority of the board as within 7 days of.
I would just do it again, yeah.
This is Judy's deadline. Today is March 3rd. It is 9:26 a.m. This is a morning hearing session for assessment field in room number 3. Hi, he's not here yet? Oh, okay, yeah, what do we do with that? What? All right, well, you give me like another minute or two, if you have a next person, you could send them. Okay. Oh, when they come, yes, okay, all right, cool, okay, thanks, bye. Okay. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Judy, I think one of the things that might be very helpful is I'm going to give these to Catherine at the desk. She can put their number on it and hand it to them so they bring it up when they come in. Then you don't have to be giving them one out of the pile. They'll already have it in their hands. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's great. And then,
Yeah, let me just take them out of here. Because people reach over, then all we got to give them is a pen.
what do we do about that first guy who the recording didn't go? It's a good thing Russ mentioned to me. That
You can look on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he said that. It's fine now, but what do we do about that first guy? It's what it is, we can't do
It
anything.
is what it is. If someone FOIs it, we're requested to have them come back, and not even FOI, if someone feels strongly that they want, that they missed the recording. But there's been many meetings in town hall that have not been recorded because the equipment wasn't used correctly, or somebody made a mistake. So it's not like we're the first ones to do it, and the majority for all that we're doing, if somebody wants to bring that up, we can deal with it as the town attorney at that time.
Did you ever tape the hearings before?
Never. This is the
So
first
this
time.
is the first. Normally you have to tape the deliberation.
Actually, we don't.
You don't tape the deliberation.
We do this year, but normally we don't. We normally don't tape anything because they're public meetings, they're open to the public so the public can come. But because of COVID, right, the public, they're no longer, open meetings are being treated differently. This is an open meeting. So normally members of the public could come listen if they wanted to.
Okay.
But because of COVID, the governor's orders are now, okay, you now have to provide the opportunity for the public to listen live.
Okay.
And then you also have to tape it and make the recording available to the public
Okay.
after the fact. So those are the two, that's new because of the executive orders in place. We may continue that if it's helpful to the board and to the public that we do that going forward. But that's why it's the first
doing
time.
all of this right,
The most important part is that you hear their story and take good notes. And the paperwork is the paperwork.
Well, the notes pretty much is like what I see. I can make like a couple of notes, but I listen to them just to make sure that everything looks good and,
Yeah, you'll present their case to the board. So you need to be able to understand your own notes because you will then, in front of the full board or a majority of the board, will present this appeal. So that's what's most important is that you know what you can summarize that for the public.
okay.
Yeah, we can, all parts of the deliberations, will come out during the presentation. So your job is to go, make sure you've looked at the paperwork and assess it, and you will probably make a recommendation to the board based on what you have heard from the appellant and also any other knowledge that's available to you through the assessor's office or the public. It's not like, for example, if somebody came in and cherry-picked some low comps for you and the house right next door sold and they didn't include it in their comps, they didn't, that's sort of, right? Things like that can happen. Sometimes the appraisers, I'm not saying anybody particular, but sometimes that can happen. So you are free to ask the assessor questions for confirmation. You're free to use the internet to confirm what people say, any other tools or anything else that's available to you to make a good recommendation. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to get to their fair market value of their home, what it would have sold for on October 1st, 2020.
Right.
Right. And so that's really what, and you judge, you can evaluate.
I actually state that to you guys. Have a question?
Well, sure. I mean, we'll talk about that in the deliberations, how we handle things if we believe that people have not been truthful or that they have, like I said, they've told a narrow story, but we know more than what they're telling us. And that's totally fine. I mean, I don't know. MLS is a fine line, but all the sales data, everything else is online. The assessor's office has information.
Well, that's right.
Right. So it's in the public domain, and we're allowed to use that information just as any other board would. Anything that comes to you in that way. Yeah. So I know, people are sworn in. They're supposed to, they're.
I'm not saying, everybody was wonderful. I'm not saying that. It's just, I know about it.
Yeah. And so that's why sometimes it's good. That's why, these face-to-face are good, and you're able to do some research, have all the paperwork so you can look things up at home. And then you put your notes together. Yep.
Like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're good. Okay, let me run down. Catherine, I think she's doing fine in there. Let me just get used to this.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think I'm here. I don't know. My name's Greg Lane.
Morning,
I am at
Greg.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's me?
Yeah, that's Greg.
You're Judy. Hi.
I'm Judy Dave Black. How are you?
Good. So I handed these. I'm well versed. I was here last night.
I've seen your name. Okay.
So hopefully
Thanks.
it's in good form when you do see it.
Oh, all right, great.
First, you got to swear me in. You know what?
Not yet, not
You
yet.
do?
I got a couple of points of order, and
Okay.
then I'll do that. I didn't know whether you signed it already.
No, I like to do it in front of somebody.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad that's exactly how you should do
I'm
it.
very well trained.
All right.
Well, sometimes I'm well trained.
No, all right. You're going on behalf of the office?
Yes,
I don't have an affidavit or anything in the
I
file.
do. I get everything here.
Great.
So, I have some original appraisals.
And let's not chat yet, because I still have to swear you in. I got a couple of things that I need to do. The affidavit I'm going to need.
Yeah, and then you can swear me in, and then I've got, for some reason they skipped me, I've got 6 more. I don't know why they just didn't have me.
Yeah, we have a limited time, so I'm going to try to get through this. So I'll ask you a couple of questions. I know you're gonna get me that affidavit before you go. I have to have it to you.
Well, I've got a whole package for you.
Okay, wonderful.
So I have 2 color original appraisals, and I have the agent authorization from the homeowner, the property owner. And these are the to figure out where to send them so they can print them out, and they have them in files.
Okay. So let me get some business here for you. Your appeal number, let me just say my name is Judy Sablack, and as you know, one of 9 members on the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your hearing is also being recorded. I'm going to state a couple of things for the record. Please correct me if anything is inaccurate. The appeal number is 453.
Yes.
The property you are appealing is located at 3 Mellow Street.
Yes.
The owner of this property. You are requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $600,000. Okay, so now's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of the home is from October 1, 2020 is $600,000, and that the value is signed by the town market value. And market value, as you know, as an appraiser, you know that's what your home most likely would sell for on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible, right?
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good morning. First of all, I'd just like to thank you for your service and thank you for being here. Because we know it's, I wouldn't say thankless, but you're not being compensated and there's going to be a lot of time spent. So I thank you for being here, Judy, and I also thank the other members of the board.
Thank you.
The subject property is a 2-family, and it's down in the beach area off of Oldfield Road. We're not asking for that much of a reduction. Basically it's $50,000 off, and if we can get $50,000 off, which I think is fair, over the 5 years, that's all we're asking for. What I should point out, which is important, the marketplace has been appreciating, as you know, as a realtor. So when I do bank appraisals, depending on the town, the property type, we are using positive time adjustments on the comparable sales.
Mhm.
In this case, we're using a time adjustment of 12% a year, which is basically 1% per month. And we started doing this as of April 1st, 2020. So at the start of the second quarter of 2020 last year was when things really started to get busy. So the increase would be from the 4/1 at the 10/1/2020, which is at the point of the revaluation. So if sales occurred before that 4/1 date, they would get an increase of 6%, and then if they're in that time period between, it would be somewhere between 1 and 6%. So that's fairly straightforward. So the comps, there aren't that many two-family sales in Fairfield, I have to tell you. I did find 3. If you look, I believe.
I'm looking at, but they're
Okay.
nowhere near the beach area. I do have a.
Oldfield is. Oldfield is kind of near the beach. Riverside.
That comparable, okay, I'm
Yeah.
just looking at comparable, let me go to the sales, okay.
Yeah. You're looking at the
Yep.
rentals.
Yep.
So the comps, Bungalow's not bad.
So we have a rental one and.
Yeah. The rents are different than the sales. So go like 1 or 2 pages after the rent page. Go to the next page, because the rentals, Sunny Ridge and Pierce, Suburban, I couldn't find the rents anywhere else. But
We have limited time, Greg, so
Yeah.
I want you to make
Yeah.
sure you get, so you have 2 appraisals. Why are there 2 appraisals?
there's 2 color originals, because when you go in front of the board, other people are gonna want to see it. So I just kind of gave it to you as an extra to pass
Thank
around.
you very much. That
Well,
was
it's just
very
easier.
thoughtful.
Well,
Very,
I'm trying to
very
make it.
thoughtful. Okay,
I am trying to make it as easy
all right.
as I can. So in the
Okay, all right,
appraisal,
here we go.
you know, if you jump straight to the comps, you got Bungalow, you got Oldfield, you
Yep.
got Riverside. I actually did the appraisal on Riverside, and there I used a positive time adjustment of 32,000, which brings up the value, which is kind of what I'm not trying to do. But again, I'm just trying to be accurate, and I'm trying to be fair
Right?
in the marketplace. I don't know if other people who do work for the banks, 10, 12 months a year, like I do, would even do something like this. So, but that's my job, to tell you what the marketplace is on, but you, as a realtor, you're already in touch with that. So, with these 3 sales, I made adjustments for the land, for the square footage. They're all fairly similar, I must say. And if you look at the final values down at the bottom, 600 is fair. I'm not trying to lowball it or anything, and we feel that's the value of the property. And I have photos in the back. There's actually a 4th comp. If you go about 4 or 5 pages after, I think it's page 11 of the appraisal, is a comp right on Reef Road. Granted, it was not in the best of shape, but it was.
I wouldn't say page, okay, let me on.
Yeah, it's,
Tuckamun's been on the market for a while, that one?
let's see, market time,
What I have, page 11 is still,
keep going, it's right before the pictures of the comps.
yeah, okay, I see it. Alright.
So you got, that is,
583.
yeah, that's my 4th comp, and, again, it wasn't in the best of shapes. It's a busier road. I did use a positive time adjustment. The view is not as good, but again, it's within half a mile. It's within the time frame of the reevaluation, so I really couldn't not use it.
Right.
So that one is right there too also. So 600, I feel, is fair. I could have maybe come in at 575. Again, I'm not trying to lowball anything. I'm just trying to be accurate for everyone involved to make it easier for the people on the board.
I appreciate that very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Greg, is there anything else?
Not with this property, no.
Okay. All right. Greg, thanks for presenting your petition. Just so you know, I'll present your petition majority of the board deliberation, discussion, and for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail the board's decision within 7 days of the decision, and decisions will be made in March. If your appeal is denied, you come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't come back until the next evaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision later.
Okay.
Good one. Okay, thanks. And if you don't have any questions for me,
I'm fine. Oh, we're good. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, if you can. How many cases do you have today?
Like 8 or 9 this morning. I'm only going to be here until 12.
So they probably
I've got
just
to
half
work
day
through it.
here, half day there, because it can be pretty overbearing to have more than that, I can see.
Yeah, thank you
Okay,
very much.
nice to see you.
Thank you for the additional copy.
You're welcome. And I have a couple more of these, so I might see you next week, and
Okay, I think, yeah,
we'll
great.
be around.
Great, thanks so much, Greg.
Not there yet? Okay.
Greg Lane had an appointment with Judy, and then he's got a bunch with you after I
Yes.
just in his car making phone calls.
Excellent.
So when he comes in, I can send him up.
Hello, Harold.
Yes.
I had 2 no-shows.
Yes.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
And I hope it doesn't be offensive. You have very nice eyes, Harold.
Thank you.
I know
I've
a
had
lot
it
of
all my
people,
life, so I can't.
I know a lot of people have taught you that. You're a nice man, thank you. And there's nothing other than I'm just meant to, hey.
Everybody likes compliments. I'm not taking it as harassment in any way.
Okay, I didn't mean it that way.
But since, my hair and between here, it's the only thing you can judge me on.
Okay, I don't judge anybody. Anyway, all right, yeah, because that's,
I'm just
I
kidding with
can't
you,
imagine the people don't come. They don't show up. Or they forgot.
That was kind of a proof of process. Oh, that's a great idea.
Right, so that way if somebody's nervous about the pen,
They can wipe the pen, they can wipe their
And
hands.
it's separate and.
Nice.
Okay.
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Judith,
Judith, I know, you can have them. I think I have John on my desk, so I'm gonna start some in a minute, but,
I had two people not come.
okay, yeah, you need to fill that out on the note sheet.
Yeah,
And on the log, or the
yeah.
minutes log, no
Well,
show, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll do that in their
Yeah.
file, but I'm waiting to see if, like, for what other crazy reason maybe they come and I don't want to ruin their.
And you're sure they're
relationship.
not a phone call?
No.
Okay, yeah, you need to check
Oh,
that.
gosh, no. No, oh, gosh, I know, everything looked like it was IT today.
Yeah.
Everything was IT. No,
Okay, so you're good.
Oh, gosh.
No, there are people last night who didn't show, and sometimes they may just decide they filed their paperwork and they realize, I don't really, they're listening to other hearings, or they just changed their mind, and, they don't want to appeal. But I would say, I don't know what percentage every year, but we do have a lot of no-shows. And obviously, if they don't come.
Isn't that supporting documentation?
Yeah. The two families.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute, this is an attorney, Chris.
I know him.
Oh, yeah, well, actually, he does appraisals usually. He's probably got 25 or 30 of them.
Yeah.
So he should have a whole bunch of those with you this morning. Is that, or does he only have two?
No.
Okay.
No, it just, whatever, okay.
Yeah.
I love him though, he's a nice guy.
They may have withdrawn. That's a possibility. That the appellant decided they didn't want him to do it.
Oh, no, he's still coming, he is.
Oh, he's coming, okay.
Yeah, he is.
So it was a couple of your other ones.
10:30, so I expect him shortly.
Okay. And I think Mike Walker just showed up, so.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Yeah, I'm good. No, this is a good idea. I'm gonna grab some of those, so.
this is a separate, I put it as a seal number, that you want to sign. I'm good. Okay, great. Still here? Okay, good.
Hey, Kathleen. Good, how are you? I do. I have one commercial that. Okay. You might have one show up, but I think for the most part it's me. Let me have the first show. Okay, great. All right, I'll do that. Thank you. All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Chris Russo here for Corsi, 250 Ruane Street.
Yeah, Chris, okay, yeah, we gotta hurry because you're a little late.
Yeah, I know, sorry, I got held up there.
All right, well, hi, Chris.
How are you?
I'm good. My name is Judy Zaglak. I'm one of the 9 members of the board. And the Tustin Appeals, I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. You have I know I'm going to need an affidavit for you for homeowner.
Correct, I have affidavit in here. I'll give you some other materials.
Okay.
All
All right, I'm going to go over some of the other things that we need to do to get going.
Sure.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go over the appeal number, a couple of information, and just if you can verify if that's correct.
Right.
All right. Your appeal number is 589.
Yes.
The property you're appealing is 250 Rowan Street.
Correct.
The owner of this property is Jason Coursey.
Correct.
The town has the property appraised at $629,200, and you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $400,000.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go up from that after we did some review from that. But yeah, that's what I had put on the appeal for. But after further review with my client, we're gonna, and I'll lay that out. We're gonna say it's more than that.
Okay, all right. We got one. I just a few short minutes, so talk to me. Wait a minute.
Okay. So you want me to sign this?
Yeah, I do. Here's what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to confirm that you are the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal.
Right. Here's the affidavit.
Need the affidavit.
And here's the thing that you have to sign.
And I'm going to swear you in also. Thank
And then
you.
here's just some materials for this.
Excellent. I'll put these onto the file. All right. So do you solemnly, can you raise your right hand? Can you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, just a moment.
Yep.
Okay, so and now is your opportunity. There's certain things that I need to state, so I just want to do that for the river. Just like you as an attorney, you know,
Right.
there's certain things you got to state. It's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of the home is on October 1st of 2020 is $400,000. That's the value assigned by the town. Market value, as you know, that your home most likely would have sold for on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible.
I can be succinct.
Thank you.
That's right. Okay. So the sheet that I prepare is this long sheet that you should have. Yeah, right there.
Right.
So essentially, what I do there, just to make, because I know then you have to go to the large board and present it, is basically finding comparables and laying out. The numbers that are in here are the numbers from the town, except one number, which I'll tell you about. But so
These are town appraisals.
Correct, they're town appraisals. Those aren't our appraisals. So they're town appraisals. I use the town's own figures. And this is it's a two-family on Roraine Street. So I picked out other two families on Roraine Street.
Right.
And the thing I think you'll see between them is if you go to the living area column, our subject property was at the top, which is, in the gray.
Right.
We're at 1,350 square feet of living area. And then you can look at the other properties, and they're all significantly above. I mean, the next closest one is about 1,000 square feet above ours. There's one that's even 3,700. We're just valued at a very higher dollar per square foot of living area than these other multifamilies on Roraine Street. And our field card, which we had submitted with the application, shows on it. We haven't had any building permits or improvements since 2015. So building-wise, it hasn't changed since 2015.
Okay.
The other thing I will point out is, there's a few things that's on this sheet. We are one of the only properties in the flood zone of the comps. There is one other that's on the opposite side of Wayne Street, so on the farthest side of the marsh,
Right.
Which is the source of the, flooding, from being in the flood zone, I should say. And all the others are not. So we pay $2,600 a month in flood insurance. So it's considerable. So we're also in the B zone, whereas these other properties are in a DRD or DCD, which are zones where a lot more is afforded to those properties. They can have way beyond just the two-family use that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I mean, if you look at some of these,
I
you know,
just
we're
have one question though
yes,
for you.
sure.
Yeah, so there's 1350 above grade, and then there's the finished below grade, which is where it looks like that's probably where it's full finished raised basement. That's on the field farm.
Yeah, he doesn't have a basement, so I don't know if
No, the raised, it's the raised, yeah, it's the way that they do the field farm. So,
okay, so I didn't.
Just a question on that.
Well, he told me, and he showed me the field card.
No, it's not a basement. It's what they call a raised basement, just because it's up. It's not below ground. So just a question that I had for you on it. You know, on a split or a split level home or raised ranch,
Yeah.
the town will count like the level that you go up for the living room and the kitchen. And then the downstairs is a still living area. It's not really counted for main living area. So this is like similar thing. It's just a question.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I have to look at that because you know, I looked at this with my client. This is what he told me.
Oh no, it's okay. You know what? It's how the town does it across the board. So
okay.
I'm not saying any. It's just
okay.
I'm not saying one thing or the other. Just how the town does it across the board. That's all.
Okay. The other thing that I submitted to you, I submitted you both a FEMA map and a wetlands map, just so you could verify that, you know, what I'm saying is, you know, I show the comp properties and our property just to show, you know, it's in the FEMA zone, because you can see it on the town's map. And in the wetlands map, one of the reasons I think the land is valued for less than those other comps is because, and you can see it in the wetlands map I provided, that the wetlands basically comes onto the back of the property, and then there's a regulated area off of that.
Right.
So the other thing I provided to kind of back that up as well is a survey that was done by Land Surveying Services for Mr. Corsi.
Yep.
And you can see back there, it's tidal wetlands. So you can see back there, it actually shows the tidal line goes onto the property. And so, you know, and then there's regulated area beyond that. So that's why I think the land is appropriately valued less than the other land on Ruane Street. The other thing I'll just note on that survey is it has the actual lot area, which is 9,527, which is less than what the town has. The town has it as 10,250, but that's from a licensed engineer that's working in Fairfield all the time, and this is their plan. And they put it. It's at the very top. There's a table, and it says minimum lot area.
Right.
And it says what's the minimum required in the zone, which is 6,000, but then you'll see it says existing conditions, 9,527.
Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. And you did mention that you were going to change your appeal number?
Right, yeah, so...
Do we need to have that, and where are, like, running...
So it's on the sheet, and the number is 498,429, which is, you know, 498,000, 500,000, which is, you know, based on these comps. When we looked at these comps and where we were, we thought that we were more in line with the 500,000. I mean, you know, if you look at these are all two families. They're close in bedrooms and bathroom counts. They're in the 500s, except for 86 Ruane Street, which has got 9 bedrooms. And we're actually essentially valued at the same amount as 86 Ruane Street, which has 9 bedrooms, 4 baths, and 1 half bath. We have 5 bedrooms and 2 baths, and we have essentially the same as them. So, I mean, we just think, you know, if you look at that one, you know, I mean, they have way more than we do.
So. All right. Thank you. have anything else you wanted to present?
No, I think that's it, yeah, no, I think that lays it all out, yeah.
All right. So thank you all for presenting your petition. The majority of the board is deliberation session for the consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of decision. All decisions will be made in March, and if your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't come back again until the next reevaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal the decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter. Okay?
Great, perfect.
Okay, thank you. And if you don't have any other questions for me, this will conclude our hearing.
Thank you very much, I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
I was trying for succinct.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
So I should sit right here?
Yeah, and are you Teresa?
I'm Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Yeah.
Marilyn. Where are you, Marilyn Ferranic.
Yes.
Am I close? Did I pronounce it right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the ways to pronounce it.
Oh,
We
okay.
have a little thing in the family, we laugh about it.
I like the way you said that. I like the way you said that.
You know, it's my father's name, he said it that way, but then in school people would make fun, so we started saying Farinac. We're happy either way.
File out in front of me.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, I've got a couple of little bit of housekeeping things that we're gonna do. They give you paper down
Yes,
now?
yes, would you like me to bring it up?
No, you can sign, in a moment you can sign, you could just leave it over
All right.
here.
All right, in
I
a
have a
moment,
couple of,
okay.
like I said, I just have a couple of things that I'm
Sure.
gonna go over first.
Okay.
You can stand, you
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, you sweetheart. Oh,
No,
my
no,
gosh.
I didn't want you to have to get up.
I'm Judy Zabel.
Hi, Judy.
Hi. I'm one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hear your appeal today.
All right.
Your hearing is being recorded. So I'll just say a few things for the record,
Uh-huh.
okay? And, let's see, Marilyn, your appeal number is 12.
Correct. It's right on this paper.
The property you're appealing is at 289 Riverside Drive.
Yes, it's 289, 291. It's a two-family.
Right. So
Okay.
the owner of this property is Teresa Ferranic.
Yeah, and her 3 children.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's after it is LU. I don't know what that means, but it's like for
Life use is what it means.
life use stuff. That's what it is. So on the quit deed or whatever it's called, it's Teresa, Marilyn.
Are you one of the children?
Yes, Sandra and Michael. Yeah, I'm Marilyn, one of the children.
Okay.
And if in case of anything, I have a power of attorney with me in case you
You
needed
know
to
what,
see it.
put it in for the file, please.
But I didn't make a copy of
We
it.
can make a copy right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
All right,
just
so
in
we'll
case
get
you
there.
felt like you needed that.
Okay, so the owner of the property is Teresa Farinack, White Youth, and others. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But I know when you apply for a
All right,
mortgage.
the town has your property appraised at $625,400, and you are requesting that the town reduce the appraised value to $534,924.
Yeah, an 8% increase, yeah.
Okay, yes, okay, 1 second. You want me, let me make a copy of that? Thank you.
You're welcome, in case you need it. I don't know why I brought it, I'm happy I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if we can make anything else either.
That's definitely, if you could do that, I appreciate that. Pardon me?
Copy, you can give me a copy?
Copy it, please, and then bring it back to me. We're free. Thank you.
I wanted to give you this updated one in case you needed it for
Oh,
my
thank you
proof
very
thing.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
So my mother is 99, so that's why
God
I'm
bless
doing
her.
stuff.
God
She'll be
bless her.
100 in June.
All right. So,
All right.
thank you for that. I'm one of the gals making a copy of your power of attorney.
Okay.
All right. So now, I'm just going to confirm you're the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf. It's where you win. Please state your name for the record and whether you're the owner or the agent.
Marilyn A. Farinack, and I'm part owner. That's what I think.
Thank you. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Would you like me to sign this now?
Yes, please. And you could just put that on the table here.
Okay, I will.
Okay, now's your opportunity to provide testimony as why you believe the market value of your home on October 1st, 2020
Okay.
is $534,924 and not the value assigned by the town. Market values which your home would most likely would have sold for on that day. Please try to be as succinct as possible.
Okay, well, the attached copy that I gave you are comparisons. The first four are comparisons of two-family houses on Riverside. I just used my street for comparison because it is the beach area. So, the very, very last column was the dollar increase and the percentage increase. So, you can see that, 289, my house is increasing 26%. And, 28 Riverside, which is really near the Post Road, is, you can see the percentages there.
Right?
And they're comparable, they're not exactly the same, they are comparable. And then, the single-family homes, the bottom part, there's 2, 4, 6, 8. Those are all houses like across the street from 289 or next door or 2 down or 3 down, like that, in the area, like those are the people I know. And you could see how little that they're increasing. 231 is increasing only 6%, 317, 7.3. 299, which is right next door, 1.9% increase. And you can see how little they're increasing, where 289, my house, is increasing about 8 times as much.
I can see your, I see your chart here, yeah, it's very, and thank you.
That's really all I have.
Okay, no.
I mean, I don't know what else you need, and this is my first time I did this, so I don't really know. But that's a big increase, anyway, compared to the rest, so that's why I thought, when they were asked on the application, what I thought was a fair increase, I said 8%. I thought that was fair. It's actually, one of the houses actually decreased.
I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a $1 million house.
Now, are you, you're Teresa, can you spell your name for me?
Marilyn or my mother's?
Oh, your mother's name? No.
Is T.H.
Oh, okay, sorry, no, she's Teresa, okay.
Yes.
I got confused there, I want to make sure.
I'm sorry, I talk kind of fast.
No, Marilyn.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I was wondering why my neighbors were not complaining. That's when I started looking.
I have no idea.
No, I know, because I talked to them,
Okay.
I've lived down that street, almost my whole life, so, anyway.
God bless you. God bless your mom.
I know.
Is there anything else that you wanted to bring before me? You have everything I have on the sheet? Is there anything else?
No, I can't think of it. This is the first time I've done this, so I don't know if I have enough information.
You've done a fantastic job, actually.
Oh.
You've done a good job. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I will be presenting your petition to the majority of the board at a deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions are going to be in March. If your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next evaluation in 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can always take the next step, and that would be to appeal your decision to the court. Instructions on how to do that, how to appeal the court, would be in your decision letter. Okay? Thank you, and if you don't have any other questions for me, this concludes your hearing.
It's made it easy.
Well,
I didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I haven't come before,
no, you're very good, and thank you. I'll make notes, and I'll be presenting your...
Tell I was a teacher by having all that for you.
Thank you very much. Yep, I got that. Oh, wait a minute. You need your POA back.
Yes. So this is on also a sheet, because I don't think there was a legal paper in there.
Right. Okay. Oh, thank you very much.
And thank you.
This should be okay. You know what? You're on the deed.
Yes, I am on the deed.
Okay.
Yes. She did that 21 years ago. She did this with an elder care lawyer. So I know it's all legal and everything, but I brought it just in case.
No, I'm glad you did, because I'm not seeing, it says, your appellant, your name is in here, and it's just good to have it.
Yeah, well, I always figure that way.
Always better safe than sorry.
That's right.
Right? Thank you so much.
Thanks, Judy.
You're welcome. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have fun today.
Thanks.
A lot of work, I guess.
Excuse me?
Yes, good
Hello,
morning.
good morning, how are you?
Hi. Before you, I want to make sure, let's see, you
Yeah, bill
are.
number 390, Karthik Atmaram.
Perfect. Hi,
Yeah.
how are you? Have a seat.
Yeah, thank you.
Bear with me a moment, Carla, let me get your information in front of me. Welcome, Karthik. I'm Judy Zaywest. I'm one of 9 members from the Board of Adjustment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. For the record, I'm going to do a couple of things for the record, just a little bit of housekeeping, okay? Your appeal number is 390.
Yes.
The property you're appealing is at 28 Riverside Drive.
Yes.
The owner of the property is Karthik Atmaram.
Karthik Atmaram, yeah.
I'm trying.
That's fine, that's good, Judy, thank you.
Okay. The town has your property appraised at $519,100.
Yes.
And you're requesting town reduce your appraised value to $470,000.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to just confirm whether you're either the owner of the property or
I am the owner.
and I'm going to ask it, I'm going to swear you in. Can you raise your right hand?
Yep.
You solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much.
So can I sign this now? So can I sign this?
Yes, please,
yeah.
now you can sign that,
All right.
and if you want to put it on the table, that'd be great.
Perfect.
Okay, I see the field card here, and you just, congratulations, you just purchased.
Yeah, perfect timing for an assessment appeal, right?
I have no comment. Okay, all right. Okay, so you bought in 2019, not 2020?
I just got it last year, 2020, October.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at an older listing. I must be looking at an older listing, hold on. That must be it. Yep, here we go, 1031. I'm not seeing the closed data for 473. Is it on, was it on the MLS?
It should have been, yeah, I got it through William Davis.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
but
So
I did buy it for 473.
I'm looking at your sheets. Okay. So I have, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Working.
I did buy it for 473, Judy.
Hold on. So the sheets you gave me were, yes, listed. Yeah, it's showing 475.
Yeah, so I got $2,000 in credit, so maybe that's why, but the actual purchase price was 473.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. And that was 10:30. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's perfect timing. So that's why I'm thinking, like, since I bought it for 473, I personally think I overpaid for it. That's why I'm asking the board to review the appraisal for 470.
Okay, and what you, and I see some comparables here.
Uh-huh.
So, and these are also just support?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well,
My main data, Judy, is I just bought it in October, for 473. So that's why I'm...
totally get that.
Yeah.
I really understand that. Yeah. And, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. This is all here on the field card. What else would you like to tell me? Anything?
I think that's my main data point,
Okay.
So 473 is what I got it for. That's one data point.
Okay.
And the second data point is I do have the appraisal that was done in September.
Bring it, got it?
Yeah.
Is this a copy?
You can have this.
Wonderful. Oh, that's
Yeah.
helpful.
So,
That's really, really helpful.
So here again, the way the appraisal things work, they pretty much match or pretty close to the purchase price.
Yeah, fine.
So hold on.
If for some reason you didn't bring it, bring it.
Here.
Oh,
So I have circled the appraised value of 480 there.
Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah, to me, my main data point, Judy, is I bought it for 473. I personally think like it was worth only 470. So you have the appraisal there to support it. You have the comps for supporting it.
Okay.
I mean, the main data point is I bought it for 473 in October. So what is, any other things you need from me, Judy?
No, I think that seems to be fine. That seems to be fine. Now, just so you know, I will be presenting your petition to the majority of the board in a deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be made in March, and if your appeal was denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until next evaluation in 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Perfect. So the decision would be made in March?
In March. Yeah.
And then it will take about a week for me to be notified. So within about 5 weeks, I should know.
I would think so. And if you don't have any other questions for me, I conclude your hearing. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it.
Congratulations on your recent purchase.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Judy. Thank you. Now, if I had known the taxes were increasing, I wouldn't have bought the property. But it is what it is.
Fairfield is a really good town.
Yeah.
So you'll be happy here.
Yes, we have been here since 2014. So
okay. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's
All right. Thank you so much, Judy.
You're welcome.
Hey, how are you? Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Judy, are you ready for your next one, or do you want a minute? Just give me a second. Okay, no problem.
Thanks, Sonia.
So we're all set up here, number 3? I'm all set. Did you send them in?
You can have this copy of the read Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Thank you, and welcome. I'm Judy Sedgwick. I'm one of the members of the Board of Assessment Appeals, so I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. So I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping here first, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Your appeal number is 317.
Correct.
Property you're appealing is located at 27 Mother Terrace.
That's right.
The owner of the property is Harris Weinstein.
That's me.
The town has your property appraised at $621,400, and you're requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $565,000.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to either confirm you're the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf to swear you in. Please state your name and whether or not you're the owner or the agent.
Harris Weinstein, owner.
Thank you. I'm now going to swear you in. Can you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal, now in question, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Will you please write your name and sign on that paper confirming that you were just sworn in?
Sure.
Okay, great. This is the opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1st, 2020 was $565,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible.
Yeah, do you have the papers provided?
Look what I got. I got all this stuff for you
Sure.
here.
It's a little voluminous, but it's not all my work, so I can't take credit for all of it. I just happen to be going through an appraisal process for refinancing. So they do, comparable sales, cost-based approach, income approach. They determine that the value is $565,000. If you look at, I think it's page 14, it sums it up real quickly.
And the date of this appraisal?
This appraisal took place on February
9th, it looks like.
Yeah, so the costs, the comparable sales were all provided within the time frame of, the 2019 of December through, or whatever the dates are for this appeals process. All those sales happened during that time period.
That would be the next question. I'm glad you're clarifying that for me before I start to look at the really tiny 4-point print.
Sure, yeah, they all happened within that time period of 2019 to 2020. I think it's October, I think is what it says.
Right.
So all the comparable sales are there. The income-based approach and all of the information provided, obviously, these guys are loaning money, so they're pretty diligent. The cost of rebuilding is all included in the appraisal as well. And then just for good measure, on top of just this appraisal report, I provided my own additional comparable sales that I kind of pulled from recent sales, all within that time frame of 2019 to 2020 October. Those documents, about halfway through at the end of the appraisal, you'll find all that information as well. So I think that you have 6 separate comparable sales, plus the income-based approach, plus the cost replacement approach. And they all indicate at least, 565 or less, but it's hard for me to sort of go against what a, third-party appraiser would say, so I got to tend to go with him.
Wonderfully presented. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Let me just see if I have any other questions.
Yeah. Yeah, on page 3 of the actual appraisal, so 3 of 7 it says at the very bottom, you'll see all 3 of those analysis for how the appraiser came up with his 565 number, and then obviously the supporting documentation there.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Wonderful. This is great. Thank you so much. All right. And yeah, do you have anything else that you want me added to the file?
I don't think so. I think that you have something that sort of looks like this. It's not highlighted, but it's like after the appraisal is done, it's just my assessment of comparable sales as well.
You know what? In case I don't have it.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
It's just 3 other properties with some, pictures and sales. Those all happened.
You know what? Let's just make sure.
Yeah.
I would rather be safe than sorry, err on the side of caution.
No problem.
I will be the one presenting your case to the rest of the board members, so I
Sure.
will make sure I have
Okay.
it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Okay. Wonderful.
And the only other thing was, this is a 2-family property, so I think that might be why the town had assessed it higher, because 85% of the properties in Fairfield are all single family, which tend to have higher values, and I don't know if the due diligence was taken to sort of understand that sort of relationship. I had a phone call, informal process, and I thought that they were going to come take a look at the house and everything, but it was just a phone call, and they just went through the field card, and so that's probably one of the reasons why it's overstated, if I were to take a guess.
Okay. All right. I'm making a note of that too.
Sure.
Okay. All right. As I said, I'll be presenting your petition to the majority of the board at a deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of decision. All decisions will be made in March. If your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next reevaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter. Okay?
Sure. Okay.
All right, thank you. And if you don't have any other questions, it's concludes your hearing for today.
Thanks. So a letter is mailed to me for notification?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And do you
Thank you
need this?
so much. And thanks for being so prepared.
Yeah, thank you. Do I give this to downstairs too?
Thank you so much.
You got it. I'm sure that you see 100 of these a day. 100 of these, you probably have 100 of these hearings a day, probably.
Well, I choose to do morning because I'm still employed. I happen to be a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And I'm still gainfully employed. I'm very
great.
busy. So I just I gotta go to work now.
Yeah, no, me too.
Good for you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Your 11:30 is here, if you're ready.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Yes, Navarre Street?
Yes.
Thank you, come on up. How are you today, sir?
So far, so good.
Okay, let's keep it positive, right? All right, have a seat, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, I'm Judy Saquet. I'm one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your hearing is also being recorded.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say a few things for the record, so please correct me if any of this is incorrect.
Okay.
Your appeal number is number 86.
Correct.
The property you're appealing is at 9 Large Street.
7 and 9.
7, and you know, the multifamilies, and they
It's a
do that.
duplex, and when I get the taxes, it says 9.
Right,
So,
right.
but anyway, that's fine.
Okay. The owner of the property is Dennis Kochi?
That's me. George is my first name.
Okay.
So I have to use that. Dennis is my middle name, which I do use.
Okay. Property, okay. The town has your property appraised at 6059, and you are requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $450,000.
Correct.
Okay. Now I'm just going to confirm that you're the owner of the property, you're the agent authorized to appeal, and can you state your name for the record, please?
George Dennis Kochi,
Thank you.
and I am the owner.
Thank you. And now I'm going to swear you in. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much. You got a paper in front of you. Could you write your name and sign that?
Okay.
Just confirming you were just sworn in.
Okay. Oh, you just leave it here? I'll bring it over. Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay. Now I'm I'm looking at your appeal, just a moment with me, just a moment. And now's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe that the market value of your home on October 1st was the $450,000 and not the value assigned by the town. The market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date, so please try to be as succinct as possible. Now, I have a question for you, because I have a note here that it says 7 and 9. Most multifamilies have that, even though they may say it's like one address, you got two separate tax bills, one for 7 and one for 9, you got one tax bill for the property. But here's what I think.
I think I get one tax bill.
I'm sure you do. So my thought is, do you rent out one side? Do you rent out number 7? Do you live in number 9? You rent out 2 of them?
I rent out both of them.
You rent out both of them?
I bought it in 77, and I used to live on one side.
Oh, good for you. Okay.
Yeah, well, my mother asked me to leave the house, so. But she still loved me.
Something that other people don't? Okay. So here's what I have a little note here. Appeal number 85 and 86.
85 is where I live. That's on Shagbark
that's
Lane.
a different.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a letter on that one yet, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I'd get them at the same time, but it's.
Oh, okay. All right. I wanted to make sure that was clarified for me, for the record, because if you thought there was 2 separate addresses or not, now we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. And the other appeal is for another property.
It's for another property.
Excellent. Okay. So, this is your opportunity to present why you believe the market value is different. So what do you have for me?
Okay, there's an attached sheet of paper there.
Right?
Okay, and it shows all the houses that I could find that sold on Millard Street and Fox Street.
Where is this paper?
It was attached to the form.
Do you have another copy of it just in case?
I can let you have this one, I guess.
Let me just see what I got. For some reason, I'm not seeing it. I see a field card, vision field card.
Yeah.
I see the old style field card. And I don't see anything else in this file.
Oh,
It could be that when you, maybe it ended up with the other file, but I've got nothing in here. So what do you have? Thank God. Would you like me to make a copy of this?
yeah, that would be good.
You got it. Just a sec. I'm really glad you brought that with you.
Oh, my.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're funny. Okay, Clark, we have just a couple of minutes, so talk to me. I'm looking.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking at your comparables. Okay, and remember, I'm the one that's going to go before the board. I'm going to present your case to the rest of the board members, so help me out.
Okay. Millard Street and Fox Street, okay? Fox Street, the bottom 2 units are Fox Street, okay? Those houses and everything on the even side of the street were built by the same contractor that built my house. There were 2 styles, a ranch and a colonial style, and it was built at the same time. His name was Pascone. Okay?
area.
Yep,
Okay.
okay. 44 Fox Street is where I used to live.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I was a renter years ago before I was married. And I lived there for 2 years. And the gal who sold the place, she lived on the other side from me, but anyway, it went for $450. And all they're doing in this area on Millard Street and Fox Street is a contractor buys the houses, tears them down,
Yeah,
and next thing you know, there's these mansions there.
right. It's there.
But anyway, I rent the two sides, and I have a habit, which my wife yells at me for, is I don't raise the rent. And you can see in the dialogue that I have there, one tenant's, and I don't have my glasses, so I have to apologize.
It's okay.
One tenant's been there since 2015, have not raised the rent. She's a single mom with a child. And the other side is a single man, and he's, the rent hasn't been increased since 2018, okay? So what I'm saying is I try to keep the expenses low enough so I don't have to raise the rent. And every year I absorb the taxes. Or if the lawn service or something goes wrong with the house,
Right.
okay? I mean, all over you read in the paper, affordable housing, okay? They were looking at High Street, Beach Road,
Right.
okay? The eyesore by St. Thomas, okay? Well, that's real affordable, right? It's $7,500 to rent the upper floor. Now, I know they talk about it in the paper, but to me, it doesn't come out. And they're always saying, there's no affordable housing. Well, there is, and I'm trying to keep it that way.
Well, God bless you. I really
Okay.
appreciate everything that you do. I see the best comparables here are 68 Fox and 22 Millard. Those are within the time frame to help you, and those look, that's very helpful, and I appreciate what you've given.
I mean, I'm not Gandhi, okay, but I do try to keep everything low. I've had single moms there and families there, to have the kids grow up and go to school.
God bless you.
And
You sleep well at night.
And I'm not a Democrat either. I'm an independent.
You know what? A political affiliation means nothing. You know what I mean? Okay.
And I got one other thing, okay?
All right.
And I just saw this because I looked on Reef Road.
Right.
Okay, and there was one house that sold less than a year ago. And I didn't write this down in here. It was number 583. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-car garage, and 2 bath for the, 2 on each side, like I have.
Right.
The square footage is 2688 for that house.
And is that the one that sold for what, 505 or something?
505.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that one needed some work.
Okay. Mine is 1,900 square feet, both sides. There's no garage. It's a 2-bedroom on each side, 1 bath. Okay? And I take care of the lawn and anything that breaks. In fact, I'm going to meet the exterminator because we have a mouse issue.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
The first time.
Well, what happens, if you have one, now would be the time. Sure, it's another change of seasons. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll be presenting your petition to the majority of the board at a deliberation session for consideration and vote.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be notified by mail as to the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be in March. If your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you are granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next reevaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, You can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And you don't have any other questions for me? This concludes your hearing.
Yeah, I don't believe so, but,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. You know what number 86 means in restaurant talk? This is an aside, it's a little joke. Number 86 in restaurant talk means that there's no more.
It's no more.
That's right. So if you hear a cook says, oh, 86, the cod or the straw,
okay.
right? That means there's no more of it.
Okay.
86.
Well, I hope there's more of
There's
it.
nothing for you, though. There's nothing for you. Have a great day.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Knock, knock. I know you probably have people, it's Catherine with the mask. You don't know.
I was just watching you go by, and I'm like, I know her, and I can't figure out who it is.
Well, in this, I feel bad we'll get to know each other more in the,
I know, except for the Zoom.
No, I know we're on. I think you're also doing multi-family?
What's that?
You're doing multi-family?
Yeah.
I think I'm doing some next week.
Okay.
I'd love to, listen in or hear one of yours first, because it'll be something.
Oh, you can call, why don't you call me? How's that? Okay. Email me, we'll exchange numbers, whatever. I gotta make sure I gotta write my notes, get everything all set. And I have one more appointment, and I actually have class at 12, which I'm gonna be late to.
Oh.
So, and then
We'll catch up
So
some.
I gotta, oh, yeah, great, call me. Take care.
This is where they put the skinny people up here? All skinny?
Oh, you piece of work. Oh, my God. I was hoping you would be coming down back with him.
That is so funny. I told her, I said, it's the first can I go upstairs? No, she usually comes down and gets me. I said, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not true. Oh, my goodness.
So sorry, we were here.
So, listen, let's go quickly.
Okay.
So a couple things. Did they give you a piece of paper downstairs?
No, they didn't give
Sign?
us to us.
No, just
For,
toilet paper, that's it.
okay, so.
I'll get that,
Can you go get that now?
Yeah,
Okay.
get us moving in.
So while we're here, let's do the song, Judy Sigwa. I'm one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your hearing is also being recorded. I'm going to say a few things for the record, and please correct me if anything is inaccurate. Your appeal number is 198. Property you're appealing is located at 288 Reef Road. The owner of the property is John George. Town has the property appraised at $572,100, and you're requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $500,000.
Yes, please.
All right.
She's gonna bring in,
I think we have it even lower.
One moment.
hold on.
Okay, so right now, I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swear you in. Please state your name and for the record, and whether you're the owner or an agent.
John George, the owner of 288 Reef Road.
Okay. Thank you, and I'm going to swear you in. You sound like you did I just do this or not? I was like so busy doing it. Did I do it?
Oh,
I didn't do it.
Did she swear you in?
Do you need to again?
Yeah, well, no, okay, I've just sworn so many people in today, and then I just like, oh my God.
She's never sworn you in. Did she swear you in?
She was swearing at me in the beginning.
Very
You
funny.
better get the button
Very
here.
funny. When you open up a restaurant, isn't it?
I'm working on it.
Please, I need so quickly, it's right. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now this is your, can you please sign that paper that I just swore you in?
And this is your copy.
That's like that. Thanks so much. Okay.
You have Jimmy's name up here. Does that matter?
You have it from
So this is an analysis, how you did it?
my licensed realtor, James George, the property analysis,
Okay.
marketing analysis, property analysis.
Okay.
And
So, now it's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1st, 2020 was $500,000. Now, the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home is most likely to have sold for on that day. So please try to be as succinct as possible. Go ahead.
Can you hand it over to me?
Yeah.
So we have a market analysis from a licensed realtor, James George, and we did 3 sold properties that comparable to the subject property, 288 Reef Road. And if you see on the market analysis there, first of all, we want to revise our value to $465 from $500.
Revised, you want to revise requested value
From $500 to $465.
500 to 65. Okay.
Okay. The first property at 228,
One second,
sorry.
one second. Okay, your first property,
is 28 Riverside Drive.
right?
So as you can see on the second page, the comparison to 288, that one had 40 more square feet. It had updated kitchens and updated baths, and it had one additional room compared to the subject property, 288.
So 28 Riverside, updated, say that again, because I'm making notes.
Yeah, I have it right in the conditions.
Oh, okay,
comment,
got it,
But I forgot to put that it had plus one more room.
Okay,
One additional room.
okay,
So basically, then 583 Reef Road, which is down more towards more residential Reef Road, that has 616 more square feet. It has an additional two-car garage and an additional 1,480 additional lot square footage. You can see that in the conditions as well.
okay,
And that's sold for 505. And then Bungalow, we just threw in because it was within the radius,
right?
that because the town is saying it's worth more, this is what actually sold more, was 53 Bungalow Avenue, and that is in a residential neighborhood. And you can see 280 Reef Road. You can see the conditions. It's on a busy main road. Tractor trailers are up and down, and it's directly across from the Reef Shack restaurant that we have problems with people parking and throwing garbage. The VFW hall is there, and we're across the street from other commercial properties.
And did you also put down that there's a dirt driveway? Outside of the dirt driveway?
And was there,
And it doesn't
I
have.
don't think they tax you on dirt driveway.
And it doesn't have, well, it's not paved, and there's no garages too.
Yeah,
Does that help, Judy?
Yeah.
Does that help?
whatever you want to tell me.
Yeah, because, that's what I'm saying, all these, there's no garage on these things. The only one that has a garage is,
Well, they can understand that too. It's just, and it was an old VFW hall.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, across the street, so.
Oh, yeah, well, like, you know what I'm doing, I'm going this way.
I know, because you know where the.
Yeah, I know where you are.
I know where you are, I know.
Okay.
so the
I got the hand signal.
the average square foot sold was 224 times 2,072 square feet, actually comes out to 464,128. And the median square foot sold times 2,072, which is Reef Road square feet, is 464.
I'm going to add this
Yes.
in its entirety, and I will present it to the members of the board.
Okay. Old VFW hall, no garages, dirt driveway, same old kitchens, nothing's been done.
Yeah, I put a picture of the kitchen.
And low rents too.
Yeah,
Because it's a two-family too.
We haven't changed any rentals from our tenants.
So also if they raise taxes on it, then I have to raise the old people that are there, people who live in Fairfield. And my tenants have been there 10 years, if that helps too.
Okay, all right. So, anything else you want me to submit, guys?
No, I think that's sufficient as far as just to show.
Yeah, that was it, right?
Yeah.
Driveway.
I got that. I made a note of the driveway.
Yeah,
Yep. And and the busy
Old
part of the
roofs,
city.
like I said, just nothing's been updated, house-wise.
John, the counselor here, 28 Riverside sold for $473, okay?
Okay.
583 sold for $505. That has an additional two-car garage, and it had a larger lot.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
Mr.
I'm gonna present, I'll be presenting your petitions before you, the board, in deliberation session and consideration of vote. And there's nothing else, I just wanna make sure, nothing else.
Yeah.
I've got everything.
Yeah, I just wanted to show Bungalow because it's on the high price, that there's no comparison. Like, if they're saying it's $575, there's no comparison to $288
I want to make a note, not,
Yeah, I was just wondering, it's keeping low rents in Fairfield at 5.
Yeah. Bungalow
okay.
is what they're thinking that John's house is worth. But that's why I'm showing you what $575 brings to Fairfield.
I love that, thank you very much.
You know what I mean?
Thank you very much. So, I will, be presenting your petitions before the board in a deliberation session for consideration vote. You'll be notified by mail the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions be made in March. If your appeal was denied, you come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next evaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter. And that's,
so you can come back next year and appeal again.
if you've got nothing going on, if you don't have any kind of
Reduction.
looks
Right,
like
right.
you can do that.
Okay.
Looks like. All right.
What if we just want to come back and visit you?
I will be here next year. I'm just, they added me just for this time, and I said, okay, it's nice to see you.
Thank you,
Nice to
Judith.
take
Thank you so
care,
much.
and if you don't, and we're all concluded, you're all set. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Nice
Thank
to
you,
see
dear.
you.
Appreciate it, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You want the door open or closed?
Open. I'm
Got
going too. I'm following out.
You got it.